Okay, hard attack reduced. Now let's see, heavy aircraft diesel engine build armor, hard attack, air organization increase. I like that, and this gives us air intercept efficiency increase also. It's just gonna take us build speed of 2.5% for a better hard attack, which I think is important, so let's go for that. Creation of battle commanders. From this point on, new battle commanders might form in historic events, OBS, or from the heart of battle. If you are playing as major nation, you might notice you have some in the starting OOB. So we already went through this, but the last time the game crashed, as you know. Okay, great news. Do you want revolts? Yes. The last time I've chosen not to have revolts. However, this time I will. Yes, do your worst. So we're going to have revolts consistently, which will divert troops on the front line to our back lines. Exchange IC for resources. Okay. And that's it for now. Do you want personality effects? As the controller of your nation, you have overriding godlike powers. Yes, let's have these. The death of you. You fade into the long dark night. In the winds I stand here, thinking to myself, the choice is if I ever had the wealth or fortune to ever bring you back to me. Shadow, iron umbrella, the struggle continues. I was so young. Okay. Scripted invasion choice. Choose to disable scripted sea invasions by the AI. This included German AI invasion of Norway, Sea Lion, and 5th Panzer Marine Panzerarmee in Tunis. Also removes Operation Torch, Husky, the invasion of Italy, and smaller invasions around South Europe. Removes D-Day and many of the Pacific campaign events. I'm going to allow the invasions. Fine. That's what we're gonna have for now. Okay. The government secretary focus. A prominent member of the government is searching for a new field of activity. How can we use his talents the best way? Each option might trigger a political strategic effect in the area of investigation. The better the tech level of your nation's secretary focus, the better the chance of a successful political strategic effect. Reorganization of the War Ministry, National Manpower Modifier, Illegal Printing, Daily Dissent Change, National Revolt Risk Reduced, but Ruling Support Party decrease, Daily Dissent Change plus 2.5. Wow, National Revolt Risk increase, Daily Dissent Change increase, Leadership Modifier reduce, Illegal Printing, Espionage bonus, National Revolt Risk increase. That's bad. Let's go for Daily Dissent Change. So government nationalizes private sector. Yeah. So we can get some things. Let's go for government nationalized private sector. That's it. Furthermore, I see wasted, but that's alright, that's fine. Let's give them just a tiny bit here for officer transfers. And national decision. Second naval treaty. The Second London Naval Treaty was an international treaty signed as a result of the Second London Naval Disarmament Conference held in London, United Kingdom. The conference started on 9th December 1935 and treaty was signed by the participating nations on 25th March 1936. The signatories were France, the United Kingdom and its dominions, and the United States of America. So we will get the Second London Naval Treaty event. So what is this? Second London Naval Treaty. The treaty limited the maximum size of the signatory ships and the maximum caliber of the guns which they could carry. First of all, capital ships were restricted to a 35,000 long no, to a 35,000 long ton standard displacement and 14-inch 356mm guns. Also, submarines could not be larger than 2,000 tons or have any gun armament of greater than 5.1 inch, and light cruisers were restricted to 8,000 tons and 6.1 inch 155mm or smaller guns, and aircraft carriers were restricted to 23,000 tons. Signed the treaty. Relations with the nations would change. We would gain unity and lose dissent. If we don't do it, then we would gain dissent and lose unity. Relations with those nations would be decreased. You know what? We're gonna sign the treaty and gain that precious unity. For as long as it does not make other nations unhappy. And why would it? Because we are going to build weaker ships than they will, obviously. It's not a big deal. So as you can see here, our oil supplies have increased tremendously. Let's offer them another one of these trade agreements. They wouldn't agree. For some reason, they would not agree. I wonder why. The Soviet Union is producing a surplus of only 25 crude oil now. So they would agree to sell us less oil, which is fine. Now, let's buy some more oil from other nations, but not from Germany, maybe from United Kingdom. Offer trade agreement. So as you can see, money can buy things pretty fast. Okay, now once again we should increase our oil reserves by quite a bit if they agree with our proposals. In any case, what exactly are we doing? We're exporting rares to them, getting cash. We're exporting massive supply numbers also in exchange for money. So money is something that we currently have heaps of. Not bad at all. What's that? Reorganization of the foreign ministry. The head of the foreign ministry is of the firm belief that the ministry is in need of some restructuring. In his opinion, some of the senior diplomats are too hesitant towards change and therefore not up to par with our country's current demands. He is convinced that replacing some of the more troublesome ministers would improve the situation considerably. He has already composed a list of possible candidates, loyal men that are known to favor more aggressive policies. Good initiative, daily dissent change, or the drift to internal factors. So I would say good initiative. And let's go to politics and see. Foreign minister, ruling party supports reduction. So we're gonna change him for Alexander Kinkar Markovic. So he was Milan Stoyadinovic. He gave us reduced dissent change, national unity change, reduction plus 5%. So fractured government or cloak and dagger schemer. So that's him. He doesn't want Yugoslavia to kind of stay Yugoslavia, and he is very much pro-allies. So as you can see, he wishes us to join the allies. And in other words, he's one of those that want Yugoslavia gone, or he's one of those that wishes Yugoslavia to not join Axis. Alexander Kinkar Markovic would use quite a bit of our money, that's 5%. He would even reduce our leadership by 5%. However, this will increase our organization regain rate by a lot and land organization by a lot. So we need him. However, we will have to pay a price in leadership due to that. Okay. Furthermore, Chief of the Navy. Naval base efficiency. Major worker strike. That's interesting. A major strike broke out this weekend in one of the country's largest industrial complexes. Union leaders say that they will continue their fight until the current government gives in on their demands. It's hardly anything to worry about. National revolt risk plus a daily dissent change plus 1. Find and arrest the strike leaders. National revolt risk plus a daily dissent change plus 1. So it looks like it gives us the same negatives. And I'm sure that the people are right and we will agree with them. So it's hardly anything to worry about. Furthermore, my consumer goods went down by it, so I'm gonna work this out. Okay, let's reduce this for a bit. Done. As you can see, I am upgrading everything and it's taking a lot of time. So that's a mountain brigade, and I think that we need to create ourselves mountain corps. This mountain corps will be assigned to the 4th Special Purpose Army, and we'll make sure that our mountain infantry brigades are under the Special Purpose Army, so that we could successfully order these divisions to fight enemy divisions that our selected divisions know best how to fight. Your Highness, diplomatic influence is being used on us by France. Okay. It looks like these islands have, with the garrison, decided to garrison this. Interesting. We don't know the exact numbers here, unfortunately, and we can't select them. Oh, look at that. A rebellion is taking place here. And it got squashed very quickly. Okay, I need to keep an eye on this. So as you can see, internal security units are very important. Without these, things would go south very quickly. And as you can see here, we are already able to work things out for us. So Africa Corps is going to not only deal with Africa, but also deal a great deal with the command of the seas here. Furthermore, we've got a aircraft here. Our twin-engine aircraft fighter, so that's a heavy fighter. Okay. Supply consumption, fuel consumption, surface defense, air defense, strategic attack, soft attack, hard attack, 3 air attack, 455, sea attack 225, night attack plus 150%, night defense plus 40. So they're good at fighting during the night. And would you be able to reach this location? Port strike. Attack the enemy naval base. Huh. As if there are any naval bases here. Okay, interesting. Look at that, we can attack multiple areas. Targets circular area. Ah. Okay. Now, due to the worries that our air units would not be able to reach them fully, we could build ourselves an airbase. If we would be able to do that, obviously. But we can't. In any case, our air units here are going to do this. Now, furthermore, the Africa Corps. I wonder, would it make sense to create a corps that specifically controls the Navy and the Air Force? Just to kind of make it look better? Probably. But then I don't really want too many of these coming up here. So it's best to just keep them under the high command, and that's it. Okay, that's it. Let's wait further. Things are not going that bad, really. Things are not going bad at all. It's just that we need to consistently check if we are aligning ourselves towards other nations. So, what about the Nazis? I'm not sure what's my number, but we are close. I'm not sure what's the number. Kind of distinguishes our alignment. What do we have here? These guys can stay fine. Your Highness, France is no longer attempting to influence us to drift towards their factors. Okay, we are being influenced by Hitler. Your Highness, diplomatic influence is being used by France, so it looks like they will try something. Now, look at that, the consumer goods demand has increased so much, it's hard to believe. I'm not even sure why is that, but this will eat up things for me. So, I need to get rid of this fast. Otherwise, I'll be losing my IC very quickly. Now the game is being saved. It unfortunately saves for a reasonably long period of time. So now let's get rid of that descent. United Kingdom is happily selling us huge amounts of war. Okay. Our troops are successfully being modified. Spanish Civil War. In early 1936, after the electoral victory of the socialists, popular demands for social equality evolved into a virtual revolution against the clergy, landowners and the monarchists. Mobs attacked churches and tried to collectivize farms. Unions started strikes and anarchists assassinated enemies of the people. The newly installed government was unable to restore order. The Spanish army joined the conservatives and Catholics to put down the socialist revolution, and they thus styled themselves the nationalists. The government fascists and army rebellion styled themselves republicans and decided to fight, joining in with the forces of revolution. The Spanish Civil War had begun. Many countries like Germany, Italy, and Soviet Union intervened with forces in the conflict. Okay, let's take a look if there's anything we can do about that. Send help to Spain. Spanish Republic exists, Spanish states choose to send help to either side in the Spanish War. Okay, let's find out what's that all about. Send help. You can now choose to send 2,500 supplies and 250 fuel or militia plus recon cavalry unit, 50 manpower, 2,500 supplies and 250 fuel to either side of the Spanish Civil War. If you send troops, you will regain the survivors after the conflict. Send supplies to the Spanish Republic. Send supplies to the Spanish nationalists. Send troops to Spanish nationalists. Send the troops to Spanish Republic. We will send troops to Spanish nationalists. Hopefully this will help them at least a little bit. We are undoubtedly going to gain quite a bit out of this. So Spanish Republic is yellow, and the Spanish state is orange brown. And we're looking. The Spanish nationalists have their capital here in Burgos and the Republicans in Madrid. As you can see, the nationalists sprung up everywhere. Also, there are parasitic rebellions taking place here too, all over the place. We will watch closely this. So I see is wasted for us. No. Nothing too bad, really. It's fine. And looks like it crashed.